if I told you that one of the largest pieces of land on Earth has fewer people than a small town? Greenland is almost 4 times the size of France, yet only about 57,000 people live there. Why would almost nobody choose to live on an island this massive? And what if Greenland suddenly became an independent country? Could it become one of the richest nations on Earth? Or would it struggle to survive? At first glance, Greenland looks like a country with unlimited space. It covers more than 2 million square kilometers, making it one of the largest territories on the planet. But appearances can be deceiving. Around 80% of Greenland is covered by a massive ice sheet that reaches several kilometers in thickness. In many places, temperatures remain below freezing for most of the year. Building roads, cities, or farms is incredibly difficult. That is why nearly everyone who lives in Greenland is concentrated along the coastline, where the climate is slightly less extreme. But climate is only part of the story. Greenland covers approximately 2.16 million square kilometers, yet its population is only around 57,000 people. That means the island has one of the lowest population densities on Earth. More than 4 out of every 5 square kilometers contain no permanent settlements at all. Its capital, Nuuk, is home to nearly 1/3 of the country's population. Beyond a handful of coastal towns, vast regions remain completely untouched by human civilization. Looking at these numbers, it almost feels impossible. So why hasn't anyone transformed Greenland into a modern economic powerhouse? At first glance, Greenland may seem like nothing more than a frozen desert. But beneath its massive ice sheet lies one of the world's most valuable collections of natural resources. Scientists believe Greenland holds large reserves of rare earth elements: uranium, iron ore, gold, zinc, and even oil and natural gas. These minerals are becoming increasingly important as the world shifts toward electric vehicles, renewable energy, and advanced technology. Rare earth elements, for example, are essential for smartphones, wind turbines, and military equipment. As climate change slowly melts parts of Greenland's ice sheet, more land becomes accessible for exploration. This has attracted the attention of governments and multinational companies from around the world. But extracting these resources is far from simple. The extreme weather, lack of roads, and harsh environment make mining projects incredibly expensive. In Greenland, nature itself is the biggest obstacle. Greenland's importance isn't only about natural resources. Its location makes it one of the most strategic places on Earth. Sitting between North America and Europe, Greenland controls part of the Arctic, a region becoming increasingly important every year. As polar ice melts, new shipping routes may reduce travel times between continents. Whoever has influence in Greenland could gain major economic and military advantages. This explains why countries such as the United States, Denmark, China, and Russia closely monitor developments in the Arctic. In fact, the United States has maintained a military base in Greenland for decades because of its strategic position. In 2019, the idea of the United States purchasing Greenland even became international news. Although the proposal was rejected, it showed just how valuable this enormous island really is. Greenland may have very few people, but it holds enormous geopolitical importance. But imagine that somehow millions of people suddenly decided to move to Greenland. At first, it might sound like the beginning of a new economic superpower. More workers, more businesses, more innovation. But reality would be much more complicated. Greenland wasn't designed to support millions of people. Today, most towns are not connected by roads. In many places, the only way to travel is by boat, helicopter, or airplane. Building thousands of kilometers of highways across frozen ground would cost hundreds of billions of dollars. Entire cities would have to be built almost from scratch. Power plants, hospitals, schools, airports, water systems, internet infrastructure. Everything would need to be expanded on an enormous scale. And even then, the Arctic climate would continue to make daily life extremely difficult. Greenland has plenty of land, but very little land that is actually easy to live on. Despite these challenges, Greenland's future could be very different from its present. As technology improves and the Arctic becomes more accessible, the island's natural resources may become increasingly valuable. New shipping routes could transform Greenland into a major hub for global trade. Investments in renewable energy, mining, and infrastructure could create thousands of new jobs. However, economic growth also comes with difficult decisions. Expanding mining operations could damage fragile Arctic ecosystems. More development would place pressure on local communities and traditional Inuit culture. Greenland faces a unique challenge. How can it become richer without losing what makes it unique? That question may define the island's future over the next century. Greenland is one of the greatest paradoxes on Earth. It is one of the largest pieces of land on the planet, yet it remains one of the least populated. Beneath its frozen surface lies enormous wealth, rare minerals, strategic shipping routes, and resources that could become essential for the future of humanity. But geography doesn't guarantee prosperity. Nature has shaped Greenland for thousands of years, creating one of the harshest environments on the planet. Even with unlimited money and advanced technology, transforming Greenland into a nation of millions would take generations. In many ways, its greatest treasure isn't what's hidden beneath the ice. It's the untouched wilderness that still survives above it. As the Arctic changes over the coming decades, Greenland may become one of the most important places on Earth. The real question is no longer why so few people live there. It's what kind of future Greenland will choose for itself. Our world is full of places that seem ordinary until you discover the incredible stories hidden behind them. If you enjoy documentaries that explore geography, history, and the world's biggest questions, make sure to subscribe to World Recorded. And tell us in the comments, which country or place should we explore next? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next documentary.